Welcome to SOOGF Online TV. Support our own Gambian Foundation. Support our own Gambian Foundation. This is the first of its kind. Support our own Gambian Foundation is standing on 4 important philosophies. That is to empower, to motivate, to inspire, and of course, to uplift the younger generation of the Gambian society. We are delving deeper into social norms, cultural heritage, and of course, problems affecting our cultures, norms and values. I am going to be your host on the Influencers Program. The Influencers Program will bring you young influential people in this country that are eloquent, have experience, and have been inspiring the younger generation. If you have been wondering a platform where you can utilize your talent, if you have been wondering a place where your voice can be heard, Support our own Gambian Foundation has come to utilize our cultures in the right track. They are the rediscovery of the cultural norms, values, and customs. Please join me every Tuesday on SOOGF Online TV. Support our own Gambian Foundation.
Greetings, beautiful viewers, and welcome to another wonderful episode of the Influencers Program. And of course, I am your host, Abdou Komma. And this program is brought to you by SOOGF Online TV. And of course, with me here today is an aspiring Bajo, a child right activist, and of course, an aspiring computer technologist, studying at the University of the Gambia. So it's a pleasure having you, our Bajo, on SOGF Online TV. Please tell the wonderful viewers who is our Bajo.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Mansata Bajo. I'm a young Gambian, born and raised here. I'm finally a university student studying computer information system and also a child rights activist at Child Protection Alliance, Voice of the Young.
Amazing. That's a child rights activist. That is to protect the rights of young people in the country. And of course, that is beautiful, Ajab. So, Ajab, please tell the wonderful viewers. I think we'll speak, you know, we can speak in other languages. So that people also, for the benefit of those who are in our homes and of course our societies. Please tell the wonderful viewers what inspired you as a child activist and of course, as an aspiring information technologist.
Yeah.
Maybe you can break down that fragment into Mandinka or an English language for a mixture of languages, please. That will be fine.
Okay. So growing up in the Gambia, I look up to my sister, Mariama Bajo. She was a member of Voice of the Young, and then I see how she was passionate about the right of children, how she was so involved in the lives of children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because of that, I look up to her in that aspect. So I also joined Voice of the Young. Since 2014, I was in grade 6.
Wow.
So where I learned about the rights of children, I had the opportunity to meet other children and to know about the issues that they are facing as well. So because of that, I grew passion for the right of, to advocate for the rights of children, because I later realized that there were so many gaps in between. So because of that, I was so dedicated in Voice of the Young and later became the president. And then through that, I attended international conferences where we had the opportunity to interact with other children in other parts of the world as well. So because of that, part of which made me to go into the technology.
Okay.
Like you have cyber bullying, which was a major fact. You have children who have been used online. Their rights have been violated online. So because of that, I wanted to blend child rights advocacy and technology, since the world is evolving in the technology world. So that was what combined the two for me.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is a very beautiful combination.
Yeah.
You know, I really agree with you, and of course, that is a very beautiful style of advocacy. I know people say advocacy and activism are two different things. Okay, like an activist, you're an activist, I'm an advocate. Because people tend to say an activist now, everybody's an activist. But an advocate is somebody who is specifically doing the right job, but the task the individual is really pursuing. You understand? So I would say that you are an advocate and of course an activist. Beautiful. So the aspect of the child rights is an important point, that we are really in a rising stage as a nation or as a continent. You like, and the cyberbullying when it comes to the information side, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
So part of your career, I know you have not been working when it comes to the side of the cyber crime, but you have the inspiration to be part of people that will bring about change for those they are affected in the side of cyberbullying and of course those sexual harassment too in the media. So what steps really do you think we can take as a nation to protect children from such violation and of course the cyberbullying, please?
Yeah. So first of all, the internet is a huge network. So you have children are in the internet, you have adults in the internet, you have criminals in the internet, and then you have innocent people also in the internet. So the internet, like, even though it has so many positive impacts, there are also negative impacts, especially when it comes to the children. Okay, you have some people who are just there to commit crimes. They're just there to affect others. And then children are watching. You have these social medias that in as much as children are learning good things from, but there are also bad things. So I think the best thing that we need to do is advocacy. Like we need to have more, how do I say it?
More advocates.
Yeah.
More advocates, like, you mean more activists?
More awareness.
Awareness, okay.
Yeah. Children need to know, like, these are some of the things that I need to protect myself from. Yes, these are things that are bad. And then when it comes to our parents also, I think we, like, they kind of feel in one way or the other.
Protecting our child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Africa, we have a very difficult
system of really handling our children.
Exactly. Like we don't feel comfortable to talk to our parents on certain things.
Okay.
So we prefer to talk to like other strangers. Sometimes we prefer to talk to our friends rather than talking to our parents. And then I believe that our parents are the ones who are going to guide us more. For example, you have a social media on Instagram. Shade Room, something like that. Okay. I used to follow it. Okay. And then the Shade Room, you have people will share their problems. Like you have an issue that is affecting you, share it there, and then people will give you advice. So, everyone is in the internet. You as a child, you have a problem, and then you just put it on the internet, and someone just come randomly and give you a solution that you don't know whether it's good or bad. So if at all you had that communication with your parents, you'll be able to know, my father or my mother will not tell me to do something that is going to affect me. So I think parents also, we need to work hard, and then we need to create that safe environment, whereas our children are going to feel open, and then they're going to be okay to share everything with us. So self-awareness, and then it's
beautiful. Beautiful. Our parents need to we need to get to know our children so that they will not get fearful to stick their minds to us. It's the biggest problem affecting our societies and of course our country at large. I would say that is a culture of silence, a culture of subservience. People are very quiet. But what is disturbing them? People are quiet, even they are sexually harassed, or even they have been abused, or even they have been raped. Which will come to the arena of sexual violence.
This is whereas you'll have someone who is being sexually assaulted at school, at work, but you will not be able to tell your parent because most of the time they don't even believe you. That is it. Like they don't just believe you, or they'll blame you for it. Exactly. So those are the things that we really need to work on.
Like that is a very important point. Parents need to be we need to engage our children. Some of them are affected, but they will not tell us because they are afraid. If they speak, they might be termed as they are lying or they are really subject to something mere lonko. It is not important. Relevant to their own lives. So we need to work so hard with that. Parents have a responsibility to play to protect our children, to protect our societies, so we can live a harmonious life. Interesting. Okay, Aja, how long have you been in this? You talk about the inspiration that you were inspired because you have the zeals to protect children, starting from the area where you were really focusing on. You have the inspiration to help children, and of course, this cyberbullying. So how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, so I joined, everything started when I joined Voice of the Young on the
Voice
Child
of the
Protection
Young, okay.
Alliance. That was in 2014.
Voice of the Young, can you tell us where are they located? Are they?
Yeah, Voice of the Young is a child-led organization on the Child Protection Alliance. So it is an alliance that it consists of so many child advocacy group in the Gambia. You have Think Young Men, you have Save Hands for Girls. All of them come together to form Child Protection Alliance in order to protect the right of children.
Beautiful.
So Voice of the Young is a child-led organization on the Child Protection Alliance who is led by children, like where we come together, discuss. We have TV programs, we have radio programs, we have Universal Children's Day, like so many activities that are going to involve children to come together to share ideas and then to learn. Yeah. So I joined Voice of the Young, like I said earlier.
When you were young?
Yeah. Okay. So I joined Voice of the Young through my sister. She inspired me, so I joined Voice of the Young, and then from there, I get to learn about my rights as a child, and then how to protect myself, and all those. And then I also had the opportunity to interact with other children. Then we get to know, okay, these are the things that other children are facing as well. So we come together, and then you share ideas how to tackle those things. Yeah. So
okay, that is amazing. That is very, very amazing. So really, what are some of the challenges in the field of activism as a child rights, and of course in the global technology? Because you know now we live in a very hazardous global space now. Things are very detrimental, and of course it could also be harmonious when you want, depending on the cycle you take.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, this is Africa, Gambia to be precise. So cultural beliefs is a big challenge. So for example, when it comes to like sexual violence, to be specific, many elders don't even want to talk about it. When it comes to FGM, like if you start talking about it, they'll be insulting you. Like they see you as a bad person and all that. Whilst we're trying to protect ourselves, whilst we're trying to speak up our mind, whilst we are trying to say what exactly is affecting us. So it's more of like we're not being listened to. Yeah. So those are part of the challenges that we face.
We are not being listened to is part of the challenges.
Exactly, we are not being listened to. You also have
okay, like it's really very unfortunate that we are living in a society where we are not being listened to.
Yeah.
People don't tend to respect our voice.
Yes.
People don't tend to, of course, the magnitude of how we are respected in society is limited.
Exactly.
So these are biggest challenges when it comes to
anarchism. You are seen as a bad person, whilst that's not what you're trying to portray, because it's more of like a taboo to talk about like sexual violence, to talk about FGM, to talk about issues that are affecting children.
But Ajay, it's very beautiful. Like now, I will even have to ask this question too. How can we really how can we really engage in activism stuffs without affecting our cultures and traditions? Because like we believe some of these activisms affect our traditions and our cultures. Because we are people we have to we are cultural people. So we mustn't always abandon our cultures and traditions because of modern civilization.
Yeah.
But now that comes to the point. We are not saying that you should abuse the rights of young people.
Yeah.
The other thing you have to, kick them off. They have a voice to say. They have to speak, and you have to listen to them.
Yeah.
But we must. How can we restore? Yeah. How can we respect child rights without affecting our traditions?
Yeah. So first of all, it is more of like for everyone to know. For everyone to know the main reason behind child protection. Like everyone need to understand that it's not like. We want to
kick away our culture.
That is not it. Like
okay,
that is not. So even though it has improved, like it has improved way better. Like it's now way better than before because many elders have been educated. Part of the programs that we do is to educate other elders and then make them understand what actually we're doing. And then you have greater percentage of the people that have more understanding now. So we need to know that advocacy is not like we kicking away the tradition and the culture. We don't want that. All we want is the rights and the welfare of the children to be protected. That's all that we want.
Amazing. So now, because this is a very sensitive agenda is a very important agenda. People need to learn this. Child rights. Right now, we come on a child right in our society. People tend to misinterpret.
Yes.
And misunderstood.
Yes.
But what you're doing here is to define something may along is to disrespect elders.
Yes.
Giving more voice to young people than their parents. That is not the point. That is what you were saying.
Yes.
Good.
That is not the point.
What else will say now? Child rights have some policies, have some some prominent laws.
Okay.
Many along you don't have a right to beat your child. A parent don't beat a child.
Yeah.
Gone are those days, if a child is wrong, a child he's been flogged. Or she's been flogged.
Yeah.
So what really those child rights stand on that? Do you think that is not affecting our traditions? Do you think that is not affecting our Gona those days?
First of all, what I want us to understand is that hitting it, like for example, you mentioned hitting a child when they do something bad. If you really observe, like you hit a child not to do something, they will not do it at that point. But that doesn't guarantee that they are not going to do it ever. That doesn't guarantee it. Example, when it comes to school, like, okay, you have teachers, they will beat children because they are making noise. The following day, it happens again. But if you explain to them, okay, if you do this, this is what will happen. Like, you make them understand.
So you people are coming a unique style, not to avoid the culture of beating.
Exactly.
To talk to them.
Exactly. Exactly. Make them understand, okay, if you do this, this is what is going to happen. Part of things that you learn as a child is like every right goes with a responsibility.
Absolutely.
Corresponding responsibility. You're right. You're given a right to education. It's your responsibility to go to school, to do well in school, and all that. Every right has a corresponding responsibility. So if you hit a child, for example, just for him or her to stop something, that doesn't guarantee you that they're not going to do it. In your absence, they will do it. And at some point, if they're used to beating, you'll hear people will say, even so all those, so that is what we're trying to make parents and the society to understand. Instead of hitting a child for something, you are harming the body, but then make them understand that if you do this, this is what is going to happen. At the long run, they're really going to understand, and that will prevent them from doing it rather than hitting them.
Wow, amazing. I think what are you talking about here? The new nyantu so akuma about the puru bulwana understand ko butero man ko solution odi kamuta ka lipa o ka busoka ka lakan is domestic violence adu ane silomanta alua tinyale mo se mo mutano la diamae you know, in a very peaceful way, in a very considerate way, but asada de man busona ya lakan. So child activism na lang ko ikatari ikamaman fonko la dilula la fanala wala dilula nyantul e ma foko molla ado nyanta kabone. What they are saying is that molla dilula nyantul nyanta ka dilale diluma nyanta ka bute, and we have to give them the maximum respect and dignity they deserve. Important point. Now yeah, I think now you are really engaging me now. I'm now even me too now. I'm a child activist now.
That's great.
Good. So let's go in the side of global technology.
Okay.
You see now the technology is affecting, it's also benefiting us.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated world, I would say, but honestly, it's a simple world if you take it.
Yeah.
Understand? So, what advantage does computer system have in our global space? Like the area you are studying, what do you think? What importance does it have in our lives?
Okay, like I said earlier, the internet is very broad.
Yeah.
Technology is very broad and it's advancing every time. We have seen recently the AI thing, the chat GPT.
Artificial intelligence.
Exactly. So even though people are saying, okay, it's making students lazy and all that, like you can see before you can write letter on your own, but now you just ask ChatGPT to write letter for you, and then. And I'm always people are not thinking anymore. Exactly, like we are not thinking. So people are thinking that okay, it's making us to be stupid, but okay, when it comes to that aspect, like everything has advantage and disadvantages. Okay, the AI thing is just to make it easy. I use it to study. For example, I upload my notes in there and then make it. Ask it to explain it. Exactly. Yeah, so I have a better understanding of it. So you have other students also who will just wait for last minute and then just do their assignments there and just submit. So it has both advantages and it has both disadvantages. It all depends on how you use it.
How you use it.
Yes, how you use it, how you utilize it.
How you utilize
make
it.
best use of it.
Amazing. Me at some point, I have some disagreements with AI. Of course, I have some, but like you said, now I'm really agreeing what you said.
Yeah.
Of course, it depends on how you use it.
Exactly.
But now, if it is 100%, people are using it, 50% are using 75% are using AI in the wrong way.
Yeah.
People are no more thinking now.
Yes.
People are no more, and this is a problem. The world is going in an advanced stage every day, and you need critical thinkers. AI is controlled by human beings.
Yeah.
It's people think and bring AI. People think.
Yeah.
So what can we do as people again to think and bring more productive things? You can rely on ideas. Now we are relying on ideas now. So even prominent environment now in media environment rely on AI. People don't make research now. Like you said, it's good. You can make research, summarize, learn, but you can't rely entirely your policies, your programs, everything on AI.
Okay. So I believe I have a different point of view though.
Okay.
So the AI is just here to make life easier for us.
Wow.
It's just here to make, even though not everyone is supposed to.
At some point, it's here to make life complicated for us.
It's more of like to make it easier for us. Like for example, in the medical field, I really don't think you should make use of AI more. The medical field, you have to save lives, so you cannot depend on AI to save life. We are not there yet. But when it comes to like information technology and all that, like you really need it. You need it. It's just here to make it easy for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I will not go far, but I know it have massive effects.
Yeah, it do have effects.
In our lives
but
right now.
Like I said before, it's just a matter of how you use it, how you utilize it. If you use it in a good way, then it will have a positive impact for you. If you use it in a bad way, then it will have a negative impact for you.
It depends on how you use it.
Yes.
I was said it depends on how you use AI. She's an aspiring computer technologist. She said it depends on how you use it. So use AI wisely.
Yes.
Don't rely on AI for ideas.
Exactly.
Think for yourself and bring solutions. The world is looking for critical thinkers that will think and bring solutions for the world. So amazing. Really, what have you always dreamed of being a child activist or aspiring computer technologist? Have you ever dreamed of that when you were in senior school? What did you dream of being, please?
Growing up, I was a science student in high school, so I actually wanted to be an engineer. Even though I did not decide yet at that point what engineer I wanted to be, but I wanted to go into the engineering field. But then when I finished grade 12, like I just had a change in mind. I don't know what I wanted to do. And then I was just doing some research. By then I was already in the IT, like I attended some camps. For example, the Red Cross camp where I was in the IT part. So I had interest in it. That was when I was like, okay, let me go into IT. See, at that point also, the world is evolving. So you see to it that like technology is advancing. So in whatever that we're going to do in future, we're going to need technology. So I was like, I'm going in for technology. To be specific, like cybersecurity, like to be a cybersecurity specialist, so that I'll be able to link it with child advocacy. Yeah.
Wow. You want to combine cybersecurity with child right activists.
Yes. Yeah.
So meaning they have a link talking
about. So
because it's all about that advocacy, trying to fight for the rights of people.
So the internet, everything is there. So we need to protect the rights of children. We need to protect them. Like children don't really know what they're doing in the internet. Some have been affected. There are cases of people who just kill themselves because of a random comment. Like all those are happening. So
how do you think that can be restored? How do you think we can sensitize? Because now we said sensitization can take place in different forms.
Yes.
How do you think we can do this? Through community outreach programs?
Yeah, we do have community outreach programs. We have TV programs. We have radio programs. We have school outreach.
Just like this program.
Exactly. All these are ways of changing lives of people to be aware of what is going on, how to protect themselves, and all that. Yeah.
So right now, the effect of social media, do you think is numerous? Like the effect of the social media in our lives, do you think is massive, compare and call those days. Man, I always believe that we have abandoned what we own. This is why we are in a callow situation.
Okay.
I am not saying the advance of technology have not caused benefits, but to me it causes more harm. I would say. I don't know if that is if that calls for a debate. Because
Obviously.
it calls for a debate. But that's fine. But let's see our activism is good.
Yeah.
Good at those days, our ancestors were living a very peaceful life. They were living a long life expectancy. Now, even in the advance of technology, people are killing themselves.
Yeah.
Even in the advance of technology, the major problems of climate change cannot be solved. So I think we are really losing ourselves. I think we should really get back to our cultures. We should really, I'm not saying let's leave technology. I'm saying let's use it wisely.
Yeah.
But make sure we reconnect.
Yeah, that is the most important part. Like we need to make good use of it. Come, it is here to save us. Like it is here to make life easy for us.
No, let's can you speak Mandinka? What do you think? Is that okay? Where did Mandinka come from?
Okay.
Is that okay? If that is fine, then we can continue in English language. What do you think? I think county. What do you think?
I cannot express myself Mandinka that much.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay, we say what are some of the prevailing trends and effects on child rights?
Okay.
Like the most prevailing problems right now.
Yeah.
Based on your studies and on child right and alliance, protection alliance. So, what are some of the problems I'll come in PSG?
Okay. You have the number one, like I said, like cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying is a problem.
It's a big problem.
Okay.
Like everyone is in the internet now, so you have like you see someone that the internet, okay, especially social media, people portray themselves as who they are not. So you see someone like you just look up to someone, and then you just want to follow their lifestyle that they're portraying on social media, which is in turn going to affect you because you're not going to have what they have exactly. You're just trying to put yourself in that shoe. So you have others to like just a mere comment that will affect them forever. Like you just say something to someone, you don't know what they feel. They just want to kill themselves because you say that. All those are affecting children. We also have child labor, which is
child labor is a big problem.
It's a big problem in the Gambia. You have especially when you go to that the mosques around Karaba Avenue, Pipeline Mosque.
Okay.
You see parents will leave their children to go there to beg, like which is very hard. It's very heartbreaking, yes. So instead of living, education is free, even though like others will argue that it's not free, but like the government really did their best to make it as free as possible. Everyone can go to school. But instead of parents leaving their children to go to school, they just leave them out there in the street. They'll be begging, they'll be selling and all that. So all those are affecting children. FGM, we have seen that, okay, it has been banned, but it's still going on. And then people will just say to your face, I'm going to do it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So what's your stand with FGM? It should be banned as child protection.
Yeah, it's affecting the right of children.
Okay.
It's affecting the right of children.
That was also a very hectic debate that happened in this country.
Exactly. So through that also you receive so many insults and like.
So your stand was to defend that?
Yes.
That was your stand?
Like, yes. Wherever I was, okay, yes.
Wow.
I'll be arguing, I'll be debating. It's not like it's fun to be arguing, but it's just for people to see your point of view on a particular issue. That is it. So all those, even though child marriage has reduced, but then it's also going on. All these are affecting children.
Yeah, because like, okay, child marriage also is a big problem, and young girls are dropping out of school.
Yeah.
You know, there's statistics which state around 63 million girls are dropouts and are going to school, and there is a very big, huge statistics.
Yeah.
So I think, and the most prominent effects are in Africa, because in the Western world, people don't drop out.
Exactly.
Very few say. So all this come as a result of it can be diverse.
Yeah.
Domestic violence can cause some people to really drop out.
Yes.
Child abuse can do it. Rape can do it. So and a lot of things contributes to these factors. Contribute young people, young girls to be dropouts, and they become irresponsible people in societies. So when we talk about child activists, you people have a general perspective.
Yes.
Not only in the side of girl, in the side of girls, but in the side of everybody.
Everyone.
So you people are inclusive.
Yeah, everyone. Yes.
Amazing.
Anything that affects the right of a child, despite being a boy or girl, even though most of the abuses are focused towards girls, but then we are advocating for the right of every child.
So advocating for the side of girls through education,
yes,
through political engagements,
everything.
Through social engagement.
Everything.
So you want like vice versa, man. What a man can do, that's a woman can do. So.
that is another topic of its own. Even though like it's impossible to say what a girl can do, what a man can do, a woman can do. But then we want to be there. Like we want to be seen.
Yeah, but now already girls are breaking the chains of ignorance, and they're breaking the chains when it comes to engagement in public sectors.
Yes.
Now look at even in schools, you see high number of girls graduating.
Exactly.
In university, you see high numbers of girls are graduating. And they are really now, they're breaking the boundaries. Yeah. So I think you guys, people should now calm down. Let them also come
We're not there yet. We want to be on the top. And then you see to it that also, even in the performance in school, you have more girls that will be doing well than.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we just need more time to be there, but we're going to be there.
No, but I think people are there.
We are not there yet.
Compared to gone out those days.
Yes.
So like, amazing. Again, this is a very beautiful discussion talking about child rights, talking about information technology, living in a world where people need to understand, get aware.
Yeah.
People need to be instilled, need to be aware of what is happening so they can get to know the kind of society they are living in.
Yes.
And they'll be vigilant and scrupulous on their lives. Amazing. So how can we foster and harness an inclusive society, far from domestic violence, far from harassments, in case of abusement of child? How can we really sustain as a society?
So it all has to start from within.
Within, okay.
You as a person. Okay. You see to it that these are some of the things that are affecting you as a person, most especially to children. Okay, our parents might fail us in one way or the other. It's not their fault also. They were raised that way by our forefathers, and then they have that intuition, they have that belief, but then we should not let that belief affect us. I'm not saying that we should let go of our culture. No.
God.
Our culture is something that is very important to us. And then inshallah, we're going to make sure that we don't want to let go of it. But then as a child, you have to know that, okay, these are some of the things that, okay, I went through, but don't let that go affect you as a person. And then you should not pass that on to your future children as well. So it all has to start from within. Like, for example, me as a person, I have this belief that, okay, for example, domestic violence or corporal punishment, hitting a child is not something that is a positive impact. I have that belief. So I'm going to make sure that, okay, that belief is going to be installed in my children, and then it will go forward. So if everyone have that belief, I think the world is going to be a better place. It all has to start from within.
Within.
Yeah. And then more of social engagement, like more of radio programs, whereas you talk about issues that are affecting, everyone will share their ideas, more of school outreaches, because most of the children are in school, whereas everyone will know what exactly is going on. So these are the things that are going to help us in order to have a society that we really need.
Three things that she mentioned: the parents, the children, and of course the society.
Yes.
We have a collective role to play to have a sustainable society, a well-equipped society, far from domestic violence, far from sexual harassment, and of course, far from being violated. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Ajay, have you been criticized? You're an activist.
Yeah.
You are trying to fight for the rights of people. You said the rights of us.
Yeah.
But sometimes even you are fighting the rights of your own people, they will criticize you.
Yeah.
So have you been criticized?
That happens always. That happens with every activist, with every person who is an advocate. You'll be sharing ideas. Even, for example, you're sitting with your friends, you'll be sharing ideas, and then someone will just start insulting. But then these are things that you learn, you learn to control yourself as an advocate.
That is what they call emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Okay.
So you should not let what people say to you affect what you're doing, as long as what you're doing is good. You should not let what people say. You'll be in the radio, and then someone will just call and will just insult you, insult your father, insult your mother.
Sad.
Yes.
Very sad. That's very sad.
All those happen.
You're trying to bring about change, and the least you were expecting is for at least a gratitude.
Exactly. And then it goes the other way around. But like you don't have to blame them. It's a belief, and then it has to be
gradually.
Yes. Actually, there's a positive impact because more people are now joining hands in order to make sure that the rights and welfare of children are protected in the country, which is a good thing. Yeah.
So that's what they're saying. If you don't get criticized, you know that you're on the wrong track.
Exactly. So
if you are criticized, meaning you are in the right track.
Yeah. Once you are in for advocacy and activism, you're going to be criticized.
You're going to be criticized. Yeah. Even though
and then some words will be there. You might never forget them. Yeah.
So I think as even these people behind the scenes in the comment sections, I think we also have a role to play. Yes. We are Gambians, ordinary Gambians.
Exactly.
If you cannot support somebody doing a great thing,
exactly,
don't criticize. Or you stay off the track. Don't even comment.
Yeah.
But some comments are very affect people. Some people are very emotional.
Yeah.
So I think this goes to people they are behind the scenes, comment sections.
Yes.
Don't think you are there, your account is private, you can do whatever you feel like. God is looking, God is saying.
Yeah, and then whatever you say, like you don't know what situation the person is in. So you might tell them something that is really going to affect them. They might even want to kill themselves.
That is why they said we all have a role to play. We have a role to play to give a peaceful life to everybody.
Exactly.
But a single thing of us can destroy somebody's life, and you don't want to be part of to destroy somebody's life.
Yeah.
So amazing. This will come to the downfall of this wonderful discussion. Bajo, this is a very insightful one, and of course we have some, ethics, analysis, and of course different ideologies. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You see people having, different ideas, but debating on, of course, on ideas. So really, what advice do you have for young people that want to be child activists, and of course in the side of community system technology?
Yes. So the world is evolving. And then we need technology in almost everywhere. So if you're someone who wants to go into technology, you can do it, and then you will do it. You just have to be dedicated towards it, and then that's it. And then for advocacy as well, it has to come from within you. You don't have to be seen out there to say, okay, this is what I'm doing. It has to be in you. You can be doing your things. You can be advocating without being known. And then that alone is going to have a big impact in the life of other children. Yeah. So to every child out there, your rights are being protected, and then we are here for you no matter what.
Okay. I just said your right is being protected.
Yes.
Stay firm, be motivated, be committed, be consistent on your goal,
yes,
and go for whatever you want to do,
yes,
despite criticism, because it will come.
Yeah.
Even if you are doing your best,
yes,
it will come. Wonderful words from Aja, Bajo, an aspiring, of course, computer system technologist. Of course, Aja, this is a pleasure having you, and thank you so much. I will give you the epilogue. If you want to say your last conclusion remarks, or you really want to stop at that, then we just say today.
I think that's all that we have for you guys. So,
okay, so thank you so much, wonderful viewers.
Thank you for having
This will come to the epilogue of this wonderful program. I am your host, Abdou Komma. Join me for another beautiful episode of the Influencers program. See you some other time.
Welcome to SOOGF Online TV. Support our own Gambian Foundation. Support our own Gambian Foundation. This is the first of its kind. Support our own Gambian Foundation is standing on 4 important philosophies. That is to empower, to motivate, to inspire, and of course, to uplift the younger generation of the Gambian society. We are delving deeper into social norms, cultural heritage, and of course, problems affecting our country.